Hello everyone, Brian here. We'll do an update on our seedlings. Unfortunately, our pak choi is not faring well against bugs, slugs, and now grubs. At nighttime is when you can check on what's coming after these guys, and I was surprised to find a June beetle grub had surfaced and was working on our pak choi. So we'll have to go back to the drawing board and see about how we can work with our bugs, slugs, and grubs to get some pak choi growing. Next to the pak choi are spinach. These are Bloomsdale long-standing spinach, and they're looking super good. We're gonna use this space to plant our succession crop after all. I found a different spot in the garden to plant our Roma tomatoes, so we'll use this for succession crops. Our tomatoes are continuing to grow and do well. The Brandywine's true leaves are starting to show, and they have very interesting leaves as far as a tomato plant's concerned. They don't have the typical looking leaves, so here's the typical looking leaf of a tomato. Once again, these are a couple of Brandywines, Black Prince, Aunt Ruby German Green, and then we have a lot of Cherokee Purple tomatoes. Our peppers are starting to pop out as the weather continues to be warm. They like soil temperature of 80 degrees, and they'll really start to germinate then. We have our hemos, and that is a Japanese pepper, and in Japanese, peppers are called togarashi. So you'll hear that word often on this channel when we talk about some of our peppers. Here's what these guys look like. They're very slender and bumpy and curvy peppers. And we have our Pasilla Bajío. They've sprouted, and germination rate is pretty good on these guys. This is a black pepper, and it's grown for its ornamental aspects. It can be consumed, but we're growing it for ornamental purposes. This is a jalapeno that's popped out, and then we're still waiting on the Anaheim peppers. Another ornamental pepper that we're growing for ornamental appeal is the Black Pearl, and check it out. The plant is black. Let's get a picture from the seed packet for you. And then we started a lot of plants on the 12th of March, and we're doing 24 plants of the shishito peppers, and these are also togarashi. And then we have another type of togarashi that we started. The I think it's pronounced manganji. And we have 3 of those plants that we want to get, and then some California bell peppers, and 16 Roma tomatoes. This is going to be the largest number of Roma tomatoes that I'll be growing if we get them all to germinate and grow into plants that we can transplant. I'm hoping to make some pasta sauce. I think I did about 8 last year, if I remember correctly, or 6. We're starting plants to give away to friends and friends of friends. In here are Black Prince that we're waiting on. These were sowed March 12th as well. And cartons are a good way to start plants. Be sure to put a couple holes on the bottom. Let me get the seed packets and bring them along. Bring these seed packets along for illustration. We have some black crim. These are all started on the 12th as well. Some black crim. Seeds came from Letty, our viewer. Thanks again, Letty. We have the Watchman hollyhock. It sprouted yesterday. Very quick to sprout. It's a dark colored flower. In the back there are some peach passion sunflower, and they sprouted on the same day as the Watchman. And this is just another flat of the shishito. Our succession planting planted, or not planted, but our succession pak choi, they sprouted, and this was sowed when we transplanted the pak choi. Our wing bean, I forget when we sowed these. I don't think it was on the 15th. The date has since come off. Another one's popped out. One of them already popped out, and I transplanted it into a container. And you may have seen that in part 3 of our grand tour. This is a volunteer shishito, not a shishito, CISO, sometimes known as perilla. I guess it wasn't a volunteer. I think I tried to start the perilla here late last year and they never sprouted, so they waited until I came back and started watering the seed starter. Over here are our Chinese kale, otherwise known as gailan, and I'm gonna have to knock on some wood here because I transplanted them shortly after the video on transplanting the pak choi, and they're all doing well. They haven't been mowed down. They have some superficial holes from smaller bugs coming at them, and then right, that green dot there, that's a caterpillar egg. So as far as pest control, I have the time to manually remove them. So every morning I would come down this way and check on what's here, squish the aphids, and also squish the eggs. So this video is shot in 4K, so that might have been a little bit gruesome for some of you guys. I apologize. The variety is a hybrid variety, and we're growing this for the first time. This is the Suiho variety, and it's one that you would very likely find at the supermarket. It's a stockier, it's the stocky version of the Chinese kale. If you like the green leafy version, look for some Chinese kale sold by botanical interests. I'm seed saving that variety. I got quite a few. Hopefully the birds don't get at them, but these are the seeds of that variety. Okay, we'll move along and I'll show you the corn that we sowed in the corn video, and they've since popped out. So we have corn there, corn. Yesterday they barely were poking out the ground, and they were looking like that, and some of them have popped out. Unfortunately, I think Sheldon is coming here and digging them out, but it might actually be birds. This is the first time I've run into issues with something coming and digging them out. So the good thing is we oversowed, and they're helping us thin out the plants, but like always, I hope they don't help us out too much. So those are the Burpees Triple Crown XP. I can never remember the name. Corn. And over here, the white tags. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have okra that's been sowed. Okra steli. I enjoyed Cajun food. I enjoyed gumbo, And this is a variety that's from the Louisiana area, collected in St. Landry Parish, at the heart of Cajun heritage. So gonna grow those and hoping for a large yield this year. I normally grow them in 5-gallon containers, but Bob Mel Garden, they've inspired me to grow myself a huge hedge of okra. So hopefully we get half as much as they do. And then our corn, our golden bantam corn, and I think it's the early bird that gets the corn. So this is the first time we've run into this. We'll have to figure out something. And then our lotus in the garage, we'll break away and show you the lotus. And this is how our water lotus is doing. It's made about 4 stems and it's reached to the surface of the water. The leaves haven't opened up yet. That's how some of our seedlings are doing. There's a bunch of things I need to take care of, so I'm gonna have to take a few days off from YouTube. I'll catch up with everyone. For folks in the colder areas, sit tight. Spring's coming by. It's gonna be around the corner real soon. Happy gardening and happy sowing, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.